Hi everyone, I'm Senator Shelley Hughes, District M in the mighty Mat-Su, and it is the interim. We're no longer in Juneau, and I'm coming to you from my office at the Legislative Information Office, actually in Wasilla, here at my door, so come on in. We're going to be doing some short videos off and on topics I think that are important for you to know, particularly what I'm working on your behalf. So here we are in the office. If you want to take kind of a buzz around, Stephen's at the camera. Our faithful media expert, Stephen Naus, as our legislative aide, and just show you kind of our office. And seated here is Annalisa Roberts, our chief of staff, busy at work. And over on this side is Stephen's hangout. Of course, he's not in his seat because he's behind the camera. And come on into my office. And here we have a space to meet with you if you come by. We have, one of the things about this office is we have all our artwork is represented by people from Mat-Su. So got a Shane Lamb painting over there as an example. So anyway, what I'm wanting to talk to you, we're going to do short videos off and on and talk to you about different topics. And today we're actually going to talk to you about Article 5. And so I don't know if that's visible. It is. Stephen's nodding that it is. So quickly, Article 5 is in the U.S. Constitution. And it is something our framers included to allow a rebalancing of state and federal power. So if the federal government gets too strong, Article 5 is a mechanism they included to allow a rebalancing. It's never been used, however. And I have been on the forefront of this issue in the state. I carried some Article 5 amendments a few years back, and I have participated in 2 mock convention of states. I'm going to tell you what Article 5 does. And then I'm currently serving as the Alaska delegate on the Phoenix Correspondence Commission, which is the Article 5 .gov organization to deal with all things Article 5. So what is Article 5? It states in the Constitution that to amend the U.S. Constitution, it can either be done by Congress proposing amendment and passing it, and that has been done over the years, whether it was, women's voting rights as an example, different things that have occurred. The other way that the U.S. Constitution can be amended is by the states. And it is through Article 5. If 34 out of the 50 states, 2/3 of the states, pass a resolution in their legislature calling for a convention of states on a topic or a general plenary convention, that those resolutions, though, go to Congress. And if 34 are collected, then the Congress must call a convention of the states to consider an amendment on that topic. So one of the things is that, we're at $35 trillion debt, federal debt, which is very troubling when you think what we're putting on the backs of the next generation, but it's also very concerning when it comes to the balance of world power and the important role that the United States plays in keeping peace around our globe as much as possible. When we become indebted to other nations such as China, it is not good. So that's just common sense, right? So when you're at 35 trillion, we've got a problem because what happens, Congress is passing budgets, spending money they don't have, racking up debt, printing money. At the state level, there's 50 states, we can only pass budgets based on the revenue that we bring in. And so there have been many states that say, whoa, the federal government needs to have that same principle of a balanced budget and needs to only spend what it has. And we need to get it down to a place where we can begin to bring down the debt and get our spending under control at the federal level. And so over the years, different states have called for a resolution to convene the states to pass such an amendment. Congress probably is unlikely. They could have passed one themselves, but they haven't. In all these years, they haven't. So this is actually the perfect tool that the founders realized would be important if the Congress was hesitant to restrain its own power, then it would make sense for the states to do it and provide that rebalancing. So here's the thing. We believe, I've been working with and in contact with a constitutional law firm that has been looking at this, And there have been enough, 34 states have called for a convention where a fiscal restraint amendment could be considered. But Congress has failed in its duty and it hasn't called the convention. So in order to bring this to the surface, a lawsuit is a way to do it. And so that is under consideration. And I've had conversations with our Attorney General, with our governor about this, that Alaska actually passed a resolution calling for a balanced budget amendment, a convention of states, back in 1982. We did it again in 2014. In fact, then Senator Dunleavy was a vote for it, along with a vast majority of the legislature, including myself. So we've called for it twice. So we would be a great partner in a lawsuit like this. So that's just one of the things I'm working on. And I wanted to tell you because I've been having those conversations with our Attorney General's office and with the constitutional law firm and with the commission. It's the .gov organization for all things Article 5, the Phoenix Correspondence Commission. That's part of the work that I've been doing because, it's not just about the things here and now, but it's the big things in the long term and what we're putting on our children's backs and our grandchildren's backs. That $35 trillion debt is absolutely too high. We have to bring that under control. Doesn't matter who is president, doesn't matter who's over the federal government. It's something that we need as Americans to get a hold of. So that's my update for today. We'll be bringing a few other updates off and on other subjects. Hope to do one on the situation regarding the public correspondence schools and the lawsuit. We'll be doing that one soon. So with that, I ask that you would share this, like it, share it, get the word out so people understand Article 5 and the important role that Alaska could play. So thank you.